guys, Jason here. I've got a very interesting video for you today. I'm going to give you 3 bodybuilding methods to help you get better at playing guitar. Alright guys, so to start out with, I am actually not a bodybuilder, meaning I don't compete. I'm just a gym rat. No, I'm not a rat, but lifting weights has been a consistent part of my life since I started, and the cool thing is, I started lifting weights around the same time I started playing guitar. This is back in like 1990-ish. That's like decades ago. And I give you guys an in-depth view of how I got into both of those in my book, Heavy Metal and Weights. There's a link in the description below to get that on Amazon. That was my quick pitch for you to go buy my book. And I've used these bodybuilding and gym methods to help me get better at playing guitar. So let's dive right into the 3 methods. Method number 1, just like the gym, you need to make a practice schedule, guys. This is crucial. You know, you don't just say, well, I think I'll go work out today. You know, then something comes up and you miss the gym, and you know, maybe you go 2 days and you don't go for a week or 2 weeks or whatever. You don't make gains that way. You don't make any progress that way. So guitar is the same way. And I know us musicians, us guitar players, we're kind of on that free-spirited path. And we don't like schedules. I hate schedules. I still hate them to this day. And that's one of the things that can really hold us back. We're like, you know, we'll just do it whenever we want. You know, we're creative people. We're musicians. You know, we don't need a schedule. We don't want rules and all this stuff, you know. We're like birds. Maybe not like birds, but you get my point. So this tip I'm going to give you, this bodybuilding method that applies to guitar playing, so I want you to take your phone. I would take mine and show you, but I'm actually filming this video with it. But I want you to pull up your calendar, and I want you to add certain days of the week and certain times that you know you can practice. Now, I encourage you guys to practice every single day. Pick up your guitar every single day and practice. However, if that's not feasible, because I don't want to give you something that's not feasible, because then you just won't do it at all. So if every day is not feasible, if you know that's not going to work for you, then, you know, treat it like the gym. You probably don't go work out every single day of the week, but you're going to do 4 to 5 days a week. So plug those days into your calendar and plug in those times and save that and set a reminder as well. In fact, all my reminders I have in my phone, and this goes back to that, like, that cringe against the free-spiritedness of us musicians. You know, we don't like schedules, we don't like calendars, we don't want structure, we just want to play music, you know. But to practice and to really get better, you know, you've got to have these consistent times. It is a must. So plug those dates in, plug those times in. You know, let's say Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, if that's feasible, or maybe the weekends are better. Saturday, Sunday, and then throw in 2 weekdays or whatever. You know, set as many days as you possibly can, but do what's feasible, what you know you're going to stick to, and set reminders. I always set reminders in everything. In fact, I set 2 reminders. Like if I have an appointment or something like that, or like a show or event or whatever, I'll set that a week ahead of time and then a day before. So for practicing, maybe you don't need 2 reminders, maybe 1 is enough, but set a reminder at least, so, you know, maybe 2 hours prior to when you're going to start practice. That comes up, you're like, okay, I know I've got to sit down and practice. Now, time, and this is kind of like method 1.5, you know, you've got your schedule scheduled on your iPhone. You're probably asking now, well, Jason, how much time do I need to practice? I'm going to say set yourself aside 20 minutes. Try to do 20 minutes. And, you know, if you can do more than that, that's fine. I actually don't recommend practicing for, like, you know, stupid long times. Like some people say, man, I practice for like 3 hours a day. Then I'll say, well, what did you do after that? Well, I didn't touch my guitar for like a week. Your practice was pretty much in vain. So set aside a realistic time. You know, I don't want you guys to get burnt out, because you can get burnt out. I know we love playing, but this is practicing. There's a big difference between practicing and playing. We are actually practicing, and I'm going to do another video on that too. I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. Anyway, so calendar, set the days, set the times, give yourself 20 minutes. I will say this, I know life gets hectic sometimes, I realize that. So even if you do 5 minutes, so what I don't want to happen here is, you know, you've got this scheduled time, but you're like, you know what, I just don't have that 20 minutes today. I really think you do have it. Just make time for it. But in the event that you don't, maybe you're working a lot of hours that day or whatever, don't skip it. Just do 5 minutes. Do something. Make sure you do something during those practice times. Now for bodybuilding method number 2 that's going to help you get better at playing guitar. When you go to the gym, you don't just show up and like, okay, well, I'm here. What am I going to do today? You can't be like Napoleon Dynamite. Whatever I feel like. Gosh. No, that doesn't work. You need to have a plan. Just like the gym. When I go to the gym, I know what I'm going to train today. Like, I'm recording this video on a Wednesday. I think I'll probably post it tomorrow on Thursday. But anyway, the day I recorded this video, today was leg day. That day was scheduled. I knew exactly what I was going to do when I walked into the gym. I didn't just get there and look at all the machines and weights and like, well, I think I'll go over here and do this today. Maybe I'll do some back. Maybe I'll do some chest. Blah, blah, blah. No, I have a set schedule. Now, I might not have all the minute details laid out, but I knew it was leg day. So I know I'm going to squat. I know I'm going to leg press. I'm going to do some leg extensions, some leg curls with guitar, with practicing guitar. I want you guys to know exactly what you're going to practice that day. So when you're in your calendar, right, go back to your calendar. When you're in there, and you've got your days plugged in, let's just, for simplicity, let's say Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Let's say those are your practice days. Okay, so Monday, you might say, well, during this 20-minute session, I'm gonna really work on my rhythm playing. I'm gonna play metal riffs. So I want you to have some metal riff ideas. And guys, I've got plenty of videos. Most of you guys watch my 30 days of metal riffs. So there's 30 plus lessons. There's a playlist in my YouTube channel there. There's lessons for you right there. So Monday, I'm gonna practice my metal riffs. I'm gonna play nothing but riffs. I'm gonna work on those techniques. Tuesday, you might switch over to your lead playing. You might say, hey, you know, I'm not that great at alternate picking. So I want to get better at that. I want you to pick out some skills or some exercises. Again, I have plenty of videos on that too on my YouTube channel. So guys, this channel, and I'm not, you know, puffing myself up here, but there is a wealth of information on how to do certain, you know, how to play certain techniques and lessons on, you know, tapping, sweep arpeggios, metal rhythms, you know, all this stuff. So just go through my channel here, go through the videos here and just pick some videos out that you're gonna practice on those days. So now we're at Thursday. Thursday, you might say, I want to venture into the sweep arpeggio, the sweep picking. Let me learn that method. Friday, you might say, well, you know, I want Friday kind of be more like a fun practice. So you just pick some stuff that you enjoy playing the most. And then maybe you can throw in an extra day Saturday, whatever. My point is just know what you're going to practice. Have some sort of format. And you can write all that stuff in your calendar. I think you can like write the, you know, some of the details or just like a one-liner. Okay, Mondays at 7 p.m. to 7:20 p.m. I'm gonna practice metal rhythms. Tuesdays it's gonna be finger tapping, or what do we say, speed picking, whatever it is. You know, just have that ready. That's very important. Again, just like working out, you don't just show up to the gym not knowing what the hell you're gonna do. You have a plan. With guitar, have a plan. You guys ready for tip number 3? This is bodybuilding method number 3. And guys, this is the most crucial of the bodybuilding methods that I'm going to teach you, and this will make you a better guitar player. You will get better. You will excel in playing guitar. What is tip number 3? What is the bodybuilding method number 3 that's just so crucial, that's so important? It's simple, guys. I want you to push yourself. I'm serious. Push yourself. Don't just practice over and over what's simple to you. We fall into this rut sometimes where we'll play something and we get really good at this technique, so we just play it over and over and over. Now, repetition is important. I'm not knocking that. But when you're at that fluid level where you're playing a skill over and over and you get to a certain point where it's just easy, you've got to push yourself to the next level. If you don't, you won't get better. It's just like lifting weights. So let's say your goal is to bench press 200 pounds. Let's say you finally get there, and then like a month later, you're benching 200 pounds like it's nothing. I remember with one of my closest friends, Tom, I remember the first time he pressed 200 pounds many years ago. He was so stoked, so happy. But you don't want to stay there if you want to get better and progress. Because it's going to be easy to come into the gym, every Monday or whatever day, chest day. I think like Mondays are like international chest days. So I always train back on Monday and then train chest on Tuesday so that I avoid the crowd of people in the benches. You don't want to stop at that point because 200 pounds, once you hit that max, that's going to feel easy to you every time thereafter that you get on the bench. And then you're going to be able to not just do 1 rep, but then 3 reps, then 5 reps, and 8 reps. And that's great, but you have to push yourself. And with guitar playing, it's the same concept. If you're playing a riff or you're playing a lead lick and it's like, okay, I've got this now. I finally learned how to be, fluid in this technique or this riff or this scale or whatever it is you're playing. Now you have to push yourself, which means maybe play it a little bit faster. Practice to a metronome, or if you're like me, I like to throw on a drum track and just set it on a certain BPM. So let's say you're practicing a riff at, let's say 80 BPM. So once you get good at that riff at 80 BPM, maybe you increase it to 85, and then play it to 90. Now, at some point it might get unrealistic to play it, faster and faster and faster. So at that point, what you do is you don't play it faster, you start adding more notes. And you start stretching your fingers a little bit to hit other notes that's a little bit more complex to play within that riff. So that's gonna make you better. That's gonna just send you beyond your max, your 200 pound max there, and you're gonna soon be bench pressing like 210 on guitar. This guitar is kind of heavy. I guess that's why they call it heavy metal. Now let's go over these 3 bodybuilding methods one more time, because guys, I want you to take this serious. I mean, if you're serious about getting better on guitar, you need what I'm saying in this video. You need to adhere to these techniques, you need to grasp these concepts, and you need to take this stuff seriously. Otherwise, you're just gonna be just whatever schmojo guitar player that plays a few chords and sings like easy songs or whatever. I don't want you to do that. I want you guys to excel. I want you to get better. I want you to be able to play the riff that you can't play today. I want you to be able to play that fluidly like next week, okay? And this is how you do it. So if you need to go back and listen to these concepts again, please do so. I know you guys like hearing my puns anyway, so again, step number 1, bodybuilding method number 1, we are gonna take our phones, because we're on them all the time anyway, and we're gonna open that calendar up and we're gonna schedule our time, okay? Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or maybe it's Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever, you pick the schedule, but make sure you schedule it, okay? Try to do at least 4 days a week, 5 preferably. If you can do it every day, that's even better. And plug in that date and time and set a reminder so that 2 hours before your practice or an hour before your practice time, you know that you're about to dedicate that 20 minutes to practicing your guitar. Bodybuilding method number 2, have a plan. There's an old saying that people don't plan to fail, but they do fail to plan. And more than often, that's why we don't progress. Because we just show up, you show up to the gym and it's like, okay, well, I'm here, I showed up. You don't get points for showing up, I'm sorry. And you don't get results for showing up, you don't make progress. You do make progress, you will get results if you have a plan. So know what you're gonna practice ahead of time. Again, if you need to, I like spreadsheets and I like documents and that sort of thing, so I like to write stuff out in there, or you can, write it in your calendar, whatever you have to do, but just have a plan, have a scheduled plan. Just have a plan that goes along with your schedule. Mondays, you're going to practice metal riffs. Tuesdays, you're going to practice speed picking. Thursdays, sweep arpeggios. Fridays, maybe alternate picking, finger time, whatever the areas you need to bring up. Have a plan to practice those techniques. Or maybe you practice several techniques in one session. That's fine too. Just have a plan. That's the key. And again, bodybuilding method number 3, and this is the most crucial of methods. Push yourself, guys, okay? Don't just play what's comfortable. Don't just play what's easy for you, because playing every day, you're gonna get to certain points to where what you couldn't play last week is becoming more fluid and it's becoming easier. So I need you guys to be committed, be dedicated, and push yourself to that next level. You don't have to go from here all the way over here. I don't know where that is. Add just a little bit more, okay? Just very, very small increments, okay? You've got a scale that you're playing or a riff that you're playing. You become fluid in that. You've mastered it. So now add maybe 1 or 2 notes to that, or maybe just raise the BPM a little bit. So incrementally get better, just like the gym. You reach that 200 bench press. You finally got it. So you know what, next week after you've reached that goal, you're comfortable, you can't only do 1 rep, you can now do 3 reps with it. Maybe increase that weight 5 more pounds, you know, push yourself a little harder. And that's the way you get better, because guys, if you don't do that, and I can't say this enough, if you don't push yourself, you're always gonna be stagnant. You're gonna be stuck right where you're at. And I don't want that for you guys. I care about you. So guys, I really hope this video helped you, and if it did, please leave some comments for me and let me know your thoughts on these 3 bodybuilding tips and how they can help you get better at playing guitar. Maybe integrate these tips, integrate that schedule, and do that for a week, and then come back to this video and please leave me a comment and let me know, you know, if this is helping you progress, because this video, that's what it's all about, you know, helping you progress. Guys, and if you need things to practice, just go through my videos. I've got some playlists out there, the 30 Days of Metal. That's a great place to start. I'm also giving away a free metal guitar practice guide, so there's a link to that in the description of this video, so pick that up. That'll give you some things to practice too. Guys, thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for your support, and as always, keep it metal.